Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel CodeSplainer, where you get 30 minutes of code in the most simplified form. So today we're going to be doing functional programming, so please like and subscribe to my channel to support me. Thank you.
Okay, welcome. Today I'm going to be explaining functional programming. Functional programming basically is a programming paradigm that deals with everything as a function. So everything that is working in that program is either working in a function or as a result of a function. Now let's explore that, how that will look like in code. I'm going to go into my code over here. I've defined 4 functions basically, and the main thing here is this main function, right? This main function is the function that runs this code. It runs every other function. Now let's start at the top. Here I'm just importing this helper function called sleep from the model time, which is an inbuilt library that comes along with Python. Now I'm exploring getResponse. Now this is basically a function that collects input from the user, but it prints out a prompt so the user knows what's to be expected of them. Now in this case, I'm passing in an argument here, initial, but I'm setting it to false. So in case initial is not provided when this function is called, it's going to use this default value false. Now the prompt initially is, what else would you like me to get? Now if initial, that means if initial is equal to true, then the prompt should be, what would you like me to get for you? Now what this means is that initially, if the program is run, it should ask, what would you like me to do, because initial will be set to false. That means the function is being run for the first time. Now if the function is called without initial set to true or with initial set to false, it's telling the function that this is not the first time it's running. So since this is not the first time it's running, it means something has been added to the shopping list, which means it should say, what else would you like me to get for you? Now over here we're getting the answer from the input function, which just prints out this prompt. Now then over here we have this variable called items. Items is just basically making a comma and space separated list of entries into individual entries. So if you enter eggs, comma space bread, comma space beans, comma space plantain, it's going to add egg, going to add beans, going to add bread. It's not going to add all of them as a single entry. It's going to add each of them as their own single entry, and then it's going to return items over here as a list. Now the second function we will be exploring is the collect shopping list. This function is also receiving an argument, salute. Now this argument is initially set to none. We're not expecting it, but if it's given, fine. So if it's not given, the greeting is just hello. If it's given, then it's hello. You could put sir, you could put ma, you could put your name, whatever. Now it prints the greeting, and then initially the program is not done because we're just getting started, right? Now we have a storage variable here, which is a list. Shopping list is going to contain everything that we want this program to shop for, because this is a simple shopping program. Let's say you go to City and Sons, or you go to Walmart, Target, or even ShopRite, and they have this robot, and it's like asking you, hello, I can shop for you, so you just have to wait and I'll get everything you want me to get, and all you have to do is pay at the end. So my name is ShopBot, and let's say this is a program that runs ShopBot at a very primal level. Now over here we're getting, let me expand this. Right, so over here we're extending this list, right? Shopping list with whatever we get from get response. So over here, using this example now, we're gonna have this, right? Let's say the user put something like this. So this is what we're gonna have from get response. So it's returning an items, and over here we're just passing the item directly to this extend function, which is a property of the shopping list, because the shopping list is an object, right? And it is an object of the class of array or list. So every object from the class of array or list has the extend and the append function. Now the difference between the append and the extend is that the append just adds something to the end of the list, but the extend adds an iterable, so it's expecting more than one item, right? Now over here to the loop, while not done, which is true because we're just getting started, this is a end trigger. Now this end trigger is just asking, would that be all? Right over here we're calling get response, and if we go back to get response, we see that get response asks the user, what would you like to get, what would you like me to get for you, right? So we've run that function here first, and you can see initial is set to true because this is the first time we're running that function. Now we processing the inputs from end here. Now if the response gotten from the user is yes, after asking them would that be all, then stop the loop, break the loop, right? If the answer is no, they want to keep adding items to their shopping list, then as you can see again, it's asking, it's calling get response, but this time we're not sending initial because initial is already false. We've called initial true with get response, right? So now we're sleeping. This sleep is just simulating time going, the process is actually happening, but it's way faster than that. So we just want to simulate processing time, right? And then we continue this loop. It will keep on continuing the loop until the user enters yes, right? Because if the user keeps entering no, it means they want to add something to their shopping list. Now when the user is done and they enter yes, it will break this loop and then it will return the shopping list. So whatever has been added to the shopping list will be returned together at this point. Now the last function here is go shopping. Now go shopping requires an argument here, items, which is a list of items. We're going to pass it this shopping list here, and it does not return anything, so it returns none. That's why you don't have any value here. Now first off, go shopping says let's go shopping, so it prints this out and says let's go shopping. Now it iterates over every item provided in the shopping list. Now for each item, that's basically what this line means. For each item in items, print getting item, wait for 1 second, and then print done, and then wait for 1 second again, then repeat until you get to the last item. Now you do the same thing for the last item, and then this loop is exited. Then it prints thank you for shopping with us because it has already shopped for everything in your item list. Now when it's done, it returns null or none. Now the main function is where the magic really happens, because as I said earlier, functional programming deals with everything as a function or happening in a function. Now the main is a function itself that calls all these other functions. As you can see, it calls collect the shopping list, and the salute here is Joel, my name, right? So this is the return value from running this function, and as you can see, it returns the list. Maybe I should just make it known here for IntelliSense that what this returns is a list. Now after getting the complete list and naming it as items, we're now telling this bot to go shopping. We're calling go shopping. Now we don't need the return value from go shopping because go shopping doesn't actually have to return anything. It just does the shopping for us, right? So we call go shopping with the items, which is the list that we've gotten, right? Now this function is going to run every other thing. It's basically going to run the program. But since this is a Python file, right, we had this little snippet over here that tells Python that this file should be run, right? It's executable. And then if name equals to main, that's basically saying if this is the file that has been called, right, then call the main function, which is run this function. Now this is what actually makes the program come alive. Now after main is done, after the user has entered all the shopping list items, and after the bot has gone to shop for the user, right, wait for 2 seconds and then ask the user to press enter to close the app, because we don't want the app to just exit, or we don't want the bot to just turn around and go until the user says okay, I'm done. And they can say that or simulate saying that by pressing the enter key, right? Okay, so I'm going to save this and I'm going to run the application. As you can see, I've run it before, but I'm just going to clear it and run it again so that you guys can see how it works. Functional programming.py, right? I think I spelled it wrong. Oh, I forgot the space. Sorry. Okay, so you can see now it says hello Joel. Now this is coming from here, collect shopping, because you see salute here and it says hello salute. This is string interpolation. Basically I'm just passing salutes here, and the salute I use here is my name, so it's saying hello Joel, right? What would you like me to get for you? You can notice that else is not added here because this is the first time I'm running the function. So I'm going to add beans because I like beans. Who doesn't? So this is a recipe for porridge beans. I'm going to add beans. I'm going to add palm oil. I like vegetables, so yeah, vegetables, or to be more specific, I'm gonna put spinach, and yeah, eggs, because yeah, more protein is good. Right now it's asking me, would that be all? Yeah, I don't think so, because what is beans without dudu? So I'm going to add plantain. Yeah, plantains plural. And I think at this point we're good. No, we're not good. Balanced diets. Let's add bread for carbohydrates. Yeah, at this point we're good. Or not, we're not good. I forgot one important thing. Juice, grape juice, right? No, I'm done. At this point I'm done. So yeah, he says let's go shopping, and it's getting beans, it's done. Getting palm oil, done. Getting spinach, done. Getting eggs, it's done. Plantains, done. Getting my bread, I hope the bread is soft. Yeah, getting grape juice, done. Now although I entered everything together in one line, you can see that it knows to separate them based on this logic over here in get response. So we're splitting by comma and space. It's expecting you to put multiple things with comma and space, and when it sees that, it knows that okay, these are individual things, the user just provided them at once, right? And now it's waiting for me to press the enter key to exit. And if I do that, it exits the app, right? So that's basically how functional programming works. As you can see, nothing here is defined outside of a function. Everything is just a function, and we're calling a function within a function, or we're calling the functions all together in this block of code, right? So I hope this helps you grasp the concept of functional programming, at least to